They had believed themselves superior, conducting their behavioral studies on captured species across the galaxy. The human child, Emma Martinez, age 8, had been just another test subject to them. They documented her tears, recorded her screams, and noted with clinical detachment how long a human youngling could endure their neural probes. They didn't expect her neural implant to be broadcasting everything back to Earth, deep beneath the Pacific Ocean. In humanity's most secure military facility, General Diana Chin watched the feed, her hands clenched so tight her augmented bones creaked. The room's temperature had dropped 20 degrees, her cybernetic systems struggling to cool her rage. "Wake them," she ordered. "Wake them all." In vast underground chambers across Earth, thousands of cryopods hummed to life. These weren't ordinary soldiers. They were the Lazarus Legion, veterans of the Chrome Wars, survivors of the Neural Crusade, warriors so enhanced, so lethal, that humanity had agreed to put them in stasis to maintain galactic peace. The first to awaken was Colonel Marcus Hayes. His scarred face reflected the red emergency lights as his neural interface connected instantly to the global network, and he witnessed Emma's torture in milliseconds, a flood of compressed data. His augmented heart rate remained steady, but the titanium rail of his pod crumpled under his grip. "How long?" he asked, his voice carrying the artificial calm of someone whose anger had exceeded measurable levels. 37 hours, General Chin replied. "The Vidari have her on their research station in the Proxima system. They're still hurting her." Marcus's augmented eyes glowed a dangerous red. "How many of us?" "All of you. All 5,000 Lazarus soldiers." Chen's voice was cold. "The Vidari need to learn why we kept you sleeping across Earth. The most dangerous warriors humanity has ever produced." The Lazarus Legion soldiers emerged from their frozen slumber, soldiers with neural systems that could hack alien tech with thought, veterans with quantum phase muscles that could tear through battleship hulls, specialists whose augmentations let them perceive and fight in dimensions the Vidari couldn't even see. The Vidari detected the approaching human fleet too late. Their sensors registered only outdated military signatures. They didn't realize these ships had been specifically hidden from galactic databases, their capabilities deliberately understated. The research station's chief scientist was still analyzing the human child's pain responses when reality itself seemed to tear open. The station's quantum shielding, supposed to be impenetrable, shattered like glass against weapons designed to break the laws of physics. Colonel Hayes led the assault personally, his chrome-black armor moving through Vidari security forces like a nightmare-given form. His neural systems interfaced with their tech, turning their own defenses against them. Behind him came the rest of the Lazarus Legion, 5,000 warriors whose very existence had been classified as a galactic-level threat. The Vidar discovered too late why humans had chosen to put these soldiers into cryosleep. Not because they were dangerous, but because they were too dangerous. Each Lazarus soldier was a walking apocalypse, carrying enough augmented firepower to level a city. They found Emma in the central laboratory, still strapped to the examination table. The sight of her small form, covered in sensor probes and neural extractors, made even these hardened veterans pause in horror. Colonel Hayes approached first, his imposing form kneeling beside her. With hands that could crush steel, he gently removed the probes from her tiny body. Emma, showing the resilience that had made humanity a force in the galaxy, managed a weak smile. "I knew someone would come," she whispered. "We will always come," Hayes replied, his augmented voice softening to avoid frightening her. Humanity never abandons its children. The Vidari leadership, watching through their security feeds, finally understood their catastrophic error. They had thought humans were like other species, that their protective instincts could be studied and cataloged. They didn't realize that humanity had evolved not just to protect its young, but to exact terrible vengeance on those who harmed them. The Lazarus Legion's response was methodical and complete. The research station was dismantled piece by piece. Every scrap of data about human testing was destroyed. The Vidari scientists were arrested and transported to Earth for trial, though many in the galactic community wondered if facing human justice was a fate worse than death. As Emma recovered in the medical bay of Hayes' flagship, the Legion sent a message to every species in known space. "We sealed away our strongest warriors because we chose peace. We stored away our deadliest weapons because we value cooperation. But never forget, we can wake them. And for our children, we will wake them all. The Legion returned to their cryopods a month later, after ensuring no other human would ever face Vidari experimentation. Emma, now fully recovered and determined to become a doctor, stood with General Chun as they watched the pods reactivate. "Will they sleep for a long time again?" she asked. Chun smiled down at her. "They'll sleep until they're needed. But everyone in the galaxy now knows. Harm one human child, and you don't face an army. You face our legends." The Vidari research station's coordinates were marked on galactic maps with simple warning. "Here lies a graveyard of those who thought human mercy was weakness. The children of Earth are not for your experiments.